Welcome back to Scholastically Natalie, where we talk about writing books and, as of now, well, not as of now, as we are currently, D&D. Sorry for this late post. I guess we'll be doing a double upload today. I had a nice procedure on Tuesday, and my throat really hurt. It still hurts today, and I also got a little bit lost in Doctor Who, because I watched JX's extremely well put together 5-hour video on why the current seasons of Doctor Who are bad, aka the 13th Doctor. I don't I don't know I'm pretty sure she's the 13th. And it inspired me to want to go back to watching Eccleston and Tennant Doctor Who, because I love them. Mostly I just love Rose. I didn't know until I watched JX's video that people don't like Rose, which I think is insane. Anyways, I'm watching The Girl in the Fireplace. I already cried a little bit. The Bad Wolf episode always gets me. Oh, so good. So, moving on past my current Doctor Who obsession, I bought HBO Max for this month for the sole purpose of watching Doctor Who, so I guess that should tell you enough. Today I want to talk about planning my upcoming D&D session. I know I did like small housekeeping things with you guys, but I figure I could do some planning since we're playing on Sunday and I've become a Doctor Who waste of space who is incapable of planning things. Not really, I vaguely know what I want to do, so then I lose all motivation to actually do it. So, the way I work with how I put things together, as you can see, I have my nice little bounty sheet out of different things that I've given them with the options of doing, and you can see by the check mark which things they've done so far. And so in addition to that, I'm going to start a document for the one that they're currently in, because I really don't want to have to sort through the bounty document to get to the document that's on currently, and then also to just... This is easier. Okay, so... the way I plan sessions is probably not the way competent DMs plan sessions. I focus on really small stuff instead of, important things. I don't know what I should title this. Gith negotiation. Probably Gith summoning. So, what I set up for them was a bounty for negotiating between the Minotaur and the Gith about, the Gith stealing the Minotaur's livestock and kind of just being lazy instead of going to get their own livestock. And so far it seemed like that was what was going on. We know that's not true now, of course, but then we found out that the Gith are actually trying to summon the Vampire Lord Kanoth, who is, of course, an extremely high-ranking demon. He's, as far as the party has been told, he's not great. The people who have heard of him knows that he rules with an iron fist and was in fact ousted by the Vampire Kingdom because he sucked. And currently, in order to summoning, they're just killing people excessively or things to power this massive summoning circle. And they have threatened that if, the Minotaur make any false moves against them, they'll poison the well. Well, the waterfall that runs down this island that they all share. So, what the characters have set up with the Minotaur is that they're going to go up, fight the Gith, and the group will protect the beginning of the waterfall, which sounds like a plan. For me, I kind of put the stats up and then I decide as we're there how many people they're going to be fighting against, which I realize might be bad. Also to screw with them, and so that everything's not super formulaic. I learned this from my old DM. I changed the HP and the AC maybe I might have picked this up from Matt Colville, but because so many of my friends are giant D&D nerds and thus also DMs, they've looked at stats. They know what stats things have normally. So I changed the AC, I changed the HP that they all have. Sometimes if a fight's taking too quick, I'll add some on mid-combat. And sometimes I'll change damage amounts. So for the Gith, we have regular Gith, which if you are interested, this is indeed how I prep. I put I put the shortcuts to their stats. So as you can see here, your average Gith warrior is about a CR3, which for our players, they're level 5. It should be well within their range to kill. So of course we're going to have more than 1 or 2. Oh, the full creature's stat block is not available. Sweet. I didn't double check that, so I'll have to find a different one to link here. It's a good thing I looked at this beforehand. Let's see, Gith Warrior. And I can't spell today. Because mostly I just want to look at... I mostly ignore lore because, again, all of my people are complete D&D nerds and know most of the regular lore, so I like to add my own twist to things, because otherwise they'd be pretty bored. So let's close out of that one. Here we can see that they usually have an AC of 17, so for me, I generally go up to 2 or 3 above and 2 or 3 below, and then vary the hit points accordingly with that AC. So if they have a higher AC, they have higher HP. Yeah, they are CR3. So here you see that they get some spell casting, which will be useful. And then they also get double attack, which is great, although they only have them with a great sword. So depending, I might change what weapon they're using, although I might just keep the dice to make it easier for my brain. So what we have here is, you know, a pretty good setup. So I was wondering if there were Gith mages, maybe? Let's see, Gith spellcaster D&D 5e stat block. There we go. So we have Gith Yankee Gish, which... Oh, that's a CR10. So maybe have them be the big bad? Because this would be good, because depending on how many regular Gith I toss at them, this might be good as a big boss. So final, just to remind myself, CR10. And this means it is double the CR, well, double the level of my party, so, well, I'm probably gonna, sorry, I'm probably gonna up them a level with this, cause, yeah, I did put them up a level. They're level 6 now, so it's only 4 above, which is still kind of a lot. You generally want them to be about equal, but there are 5 of them, so it could even out. But let's see if there's any other. Here's Gith Zerai Enlightened. That's also a CR10. So these are... Oh, they get plane shift. Nice. This is more like a monk. I honestly don't want to... I really don't want to deal with that. Because this one... Yeah, this is just a magic caster that's supposed to protect the plane, supposedly. But that's not what I'm using it for. Oh, good. This one says it's a CR6. So gives it some more spells, and it's more monk-y, but this will be a good medium. One slightly tougher dude. Let's do... Nope, that's not what I want to do. I'm just gonna put medium gith. So this is gonna be CR6. Because I was initially worried that I was gonna end up with only CR3s, and that just becomes a slog fest that you don't really want for your players. Like, there's waves and making them plan for waves, which is kind of different. And then there's just, oh, I couldn't find any other people to fight against you, which can suck. Okay, that's the stat I have for them, and then this is just, okay, the same as before. So I think that's almost it. So let's see, we got Githyanki Gish, and then the Supreme Githyanki Knight. Let's see, who are you? Why did you just link me back to the same thing? Whatever. I think that should be good, and then I do want to just get some Minotaur stats, because I don't want to just... Because, you know, if the party needs assistance, which they might, I'm not ruling it out. I want to be able to at least accurately portray what is happening. So let's see, Minotaur. Because this is going to be the average, and I did make one canonically a magic caster, which means I need a magic caster. Although, on the other hand, sometimes when I can't find a stat for a thing, I will just make a list of spells that I think can work, and then I go with that. Minotaur, let's see. Spellcaster. Labyrinth Keeper. Okay. Okay, so it's a CR5. That's not bad. It's at least a little bit below the heroes. Well, and the term heroes might be debatable. Minotaur. Let's see. Light. Put CR5 there. Because... Oh no. For me, I kind of... I don't know. I tend to be a bit of a strange human when it comes to planning, I guess. Because I want the fam to have fun, but I also want to challenge them. Let's see, half fiend minnow. And sometimes it takes a lot of planning, and sometimes it doesn't take any planning. I'm trying to prepare myself for the big fight, but we should probably prepare for the worst. Well, it's not a demon. I don't know why I said demon. They're trying to summon Kanoth, who is an archfey, because the demon's already loose in this world. I don't know why I just didn't think that sentence through. I think I forgot the word archfey. But for me, I love using archfey because they are equitable to gods most of the time. And they're sometimes stronger than gods, depending on who they are. I love them because they are not nice, unless I make one of them who's nice. I have one, the unicorn one, whose name I've completely forgotten. I think it's like Lolth or something, but no, I think that's the spider goddess. But I love Archfey because they pretty much don't care unless it benefits them or they're feeling some sort of way. And a lot of the times they are more powerful than gods and more powerful than demons, and they just screw around in the Feywilds and do not care, and it's great. So I love playing them as... Oh no, I'm so tired. But I do love having them just be like complete weirdos. Okay, Kanath the D&D 5e stats. Let's see if even we can get sorry, my brain. I'm trying to see if we can even get some sort of like D&D thing. Well, this is a vampire lord. CR 26. So yeah, I'll take that. Just in case, you know, somehow we get Kanath on the field. He's about an equitable CR level to Tiamat. It's fine. That's just when they run. And we're gonna hope it doesn't come to it. Let's see, what do you have here? This is Titania, which might be different. It's asking for a list. The Sid. Oh, it is a stat block for them, supposedly. Yeah, Archfey. I'm sorry, I say Titania because guess what? I watched Fairy Tail. And that's just how I've learned to say it, because I suck. Okay, so this gives us pretty much everything, although this says that Kanath should be CR 13, because it had him be an Eladrin Lord. Let's see, so theoretically I'm gonna have to buy it. Well, let's just look through it first. Those look quite nice. And since I'm currently obsessed with Fae stuff, that makes sense. I don't know, I'd kind of like to see that Kanath stat sheet, to be honest. Because if I want to give them a fighting chance, I'd make him a CR 13. But do I want him to give them a fighting chance? Is the real question. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so I think I have this down. I know that I'm not gonna have anybody be betrayed by the Minotaur reliant upon our party to keep them safe. I'm just gonna be attacking them and distracting them from things. I'll probably, because I don't want them to go on without having any effect on the overall battle, because, you know, if I was feeling like a dick, I could just have them lose. And if I'm not feeling like a dick, I could just have them win. So, like, they've planned well for this. They have done extremely well with that. They've thought things through, with only a little nudge from me, and, you know, that's really good. So I think what I'm gonna do is have, like, a subsection of the board with just, like, end goals, and have them all roll d20s, and the average, not the average, but the mode, if it's high or low, will move one step forward. I need to write this down. I'm definitely gonna forget otherwise. I just want this to be normal text. Okay. And then they're gonna be on the regular battle map. But so the battle setup will be board section, maybe 10 squares, minnow and gith move forward and back depending on overall d20 roll of the party per round. So I'm gonna need to make a card for that. I think we just might label it battle. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Okay, so I'm glad I took the time to think about this because I want to make the outcome of the battle more unpredictable, and if that means we summon Kanoth, that means we summon Kanoth. So, thanks for spending this little bit of time of your day with me to plan my next D&D session, honestly. By the way, if you're one of my D&D party members and you watched this all the way through, you know nothing. And I mean, honestly, you don't, because you still don't really know what combination of things I'm going to be tossing your way, so you'll just know that Kanoth can and will murder you if he gets summoned. So, I hope this was somewhat entertaining even as background noise. I like talking about my thought process about things. I like thinking things through that way. It's probably because we spent a lot of time in teaching education being told, convey your thought process out loud as you do things so the kids understand how to think. Which now that I say that also sounds kind of strange, but so do most teaching practices, to be honest. Anyways, I hope you all have had a wonderful week. I will do my best for a double upload tomorrow. I've been thoroughly distracted by Doctor Who and the soreness of my throat. So let me know in the comments below if you like Doctor Who, if you think the newest seasons are bad or not, and if I should bother trying to watch them, because I'm gonna be honest, I kind of gave up once we got to Clara. I don't react to change well. Hi. Also, Rose is just my favorite companion. So, I will see you guys later. Well, in the next one. Scholastically Natalie is out.